having some technical issues today. Everything's falling down around me. I was going to jump straight in, and I have sewn the signatures into 2 of the little journals, and I was going to sew the signatures into our one that we're working on together, but I'm having some technical problems. I found my really old camcorder and bought a new lead for it, did a video with it, and it records in a format that Mac doesn't like, and it takes ages to anyway, long story short, you don't want to hear it. That's not going to work. It would have recorded longer than 30 minutes, but it takes weeks to get it sorted. Anyway, what I'm going to do is a little test video, and I can't find it anywhere. I had it literally in my hand not 10 minutes ago, but I had some happy mail from the lovely Jessica Harris. Hi Jessica. And inside was a cardboard handmade pen that Jessica had obviously made. So I've been playing around with Jessica's idea. I'm not sure if it was Jessica's idea. I don't think it was. I think she said it wasn't her idea when I said the pen was awesome. I think she said she'd seen somebody else do it. But I've been playing around with making these pens, and I thought I'd do a little video, show you what I've come up with. This was my first one. Jessica's paperclip went down, which you can obviously do, but I've put mine on sideways because I did something else to it, which I'll show you in a bit. Anyway, let's see if this works. So I've got a sheet of kind of, you know, designer cardstock, whatever, and I am just cutting strips 3 centimetres. I wish I had Jessica's pen. I wanted to show you it. I've got no idea where it's gone. Oh, I'm just going to grab my little one because I might want that in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one slightly differently to the ones the way I made the other 2, because like I said, I've got this idea on how to develop it, but I'm not sure it's going to work. What I want to do is I want to decide roughly how long my pen is going to be, and I think I'm going to have it about there. And I'm going to fold this in half. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to work because this just came to me, as it does. Things do, don't they? And you just think, oh, I could have done it like that. I'll show you the ones that I've made already in a bit. And I'm just going to trim that off. And I'll do the same. Probably want them all a reasonably similar length, because the journals are all similar sizes, because these are going to go into possibly maybe these ones, maybe not, maybe other ones, because they're a bit addictive. Probably make lots of these. So I'm just going to roughly all the same size. Just going to trim that there. Okay. So we've got our, I probably don't need to make all 3 of these with you right now, but I'm just going to burnish that down a little bit. Sorry about my funky plaster. I seem to have cut myself in a very odd place. I've got no idea how I did it. Story of my life. So I'm going to do this one a little bit differently to the last ones. I'm going to take my, as always, little tag as a template. Now I've got the flap, the folded bit at the top, and I'm going to just cut my corners at on the flap. I mean, I think Jessica's was tag shaped top and bottom. So she had this kind of shape at the top as well as at the bottom. That's not very square, is it? Oh, I think it is. I just weren't holding it straight. So these are quite good fun, and they are absolutely perfect for sticking in a little journal. You couldn't really do a lot of writing with them. They're not for, you know, you wouldn't be able to do a half-hour journaling session, for example, but they are a little bit perfect, I think. I take a little traveller's notebook with me shopping, with my shopping list in, and something like this tucked inside to just tick off your shopping on your list, or just have slotted inside a diary because it's so flat, I think is a pretty good idea if you just need a quick pen. Oh no, what a muppet. Well, we'll do 2. We'll do 2 out of the 3. Oh well. So what I'm going to do is I'm opening this up, and this time, I didn't do this last time, they were 2 completely separate sheets of paper, but I'm going to stick a little hole in there, and I'm just kind of eyeballing the centre, and another one here, just because it's going to make that little bit neater, I think. So the other ends I'm rounding off, going to round those. I quite like the rounded shape rather than the tag shape, I think, plus it makes them a little bit different, but these are just so fun. Oh, do you know this has been working perfectly, and suddenly it's get on camera and it's gone, no, we're not going to work today again. I still need to do the tinfoil thing. I know it needs a sharpen, but like I said, the last sort of day or so it's actually been working really well. There we go. So we've got our 2 little strips. This is our first pen. Now what I'm going to try and do is just poke that through my little hole. Maybe it's kind of not quite as neat as I was hoping, but I'm going to make the hole in this one a little bit bigger. Oh, I really hope I've pressed record properly. Let me check. Yeah, I am recording. So I'm just going to grab another one of these. But you could definitely take the centre out of a biro. You do not need to buy these refills to do this. Right, so they look a little bit dangerous at the moment. Oh, okay. Take these out. No, we can ink them afterwards, can't we? That's fine. We'll ink them afterwards. You kind of have to ink afterwards anyway. So, because this is the first time I've done it this way, I'm going to hold this up. I'm really hoping this method is going to work. Now I'm filming after I did it the other way for the other pens. And I've found Fabri-Tac's been working absolutely fine, well and truly stuck, but you could certainly use hot glue for this. I'm not sure, I don't know whether a wet glue like tacky glue would kind of hold this, because it's you have to mould it and hold it quite firmly to mould around the pen. So I'm gonna kind of get that as centered as I can, and then push down really hard and mould the cardstock around that pen. Refill, pen refill, inside pen, I don't know what it's called. It's a refill. This is a refill. The good thing about these two is it's a metal refill. I'm not sure if the centre of a biro, I think they're probably plastic, aren't they? Of a Bic or something like that. You do get a much neater edge on here. I don't know if you can see, but because let's see if I can. Again, will it focus? That's not gonna. No, it's not gonna focus, is it? But on this one, you've got the gaps either side, but you don't have them on the one where I've folded it over. You know, it doesn't matter. I just had the thought as I was looking, I wish I could find Jessica's pen. It's the Tim Holtz paper, and it's got the bugs on it. You know, if you'd like to, please do go and have a look at my Happy Mail video, so you can see the lovely pen where this idea came. Oh, do you know what I've not done? I'm such a muppet. Oh, that's okay, because I've done another one without the paperclip as well. Got to put your paperclip in if you want a paperclip pen. So this is that's a not paperclip pen, but there's still something else I'm going to do to that. So, and this one I'm going to remember the paperclip. Paperclips on this one. I want a little gap at the top here, because you'll see why in a bit what I want to do to this. So this is the proper one. Just pretend I didn't make the other one. Although, you know, still a pen, and you can still paperclip it on because it is very flat. So it still works. It will still do its job. In actual fact, I've got another idea for that one now. Okay. So try and get that in the centre. And now we have to squeeze this down, trailer glue, around the pen. Yeah, Fabri-Tac's attacking me. This does take a minute to just mould it around that inserty bit. Got a little bit of trimming to do here where my corner chomper didn't really work particularly well. But I definitely like this bit here. I mean, I don't even, if I could find Jessica's, I could find out how hers looks and what she did, but there we go. So we've got one with a paperclip and one without paperclip, but that's fine because we're still going to be able to paperclip that onto a page. It's very flat up here, so that's not a problem. Okay, so I'm going to ink around these, both sides. Oh, do you know what I did with the others as well that I didn't do with this one? Is I actually made sure the pen worked. Because that'd be a bit pants if this doesn't work. And this is frayed burlap ink that I'm using. So this is part one. I've got a little paperclip, non-paperclip pen. They really are a fabulous idea. Jessica, you're a genius. Right, so we've got our two. Okay, so the next part is, I like to jazz these up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is make sure I'm not near my paperclip, because you don't want to try and punch through your paperclip. I'm just going to punch a little hole. Now I'm going to decide, I think this is going to be my front, even though there isn't a, oh no, that's torn, that one. Oh, this will be my pen. This will be my pen. It's probably because the glue's not dry yet. Do you know how many times? This one is two stuck inside each other. And every time I go to get one out, I pull this one out and I still put it back in the jar. It's in the bin now. Every time I pull that one out. There we go. Oops. So on my broken, torn, non-paperclip one, which will be mine, that'll be going in my shopping list one, I'm going to put a brass one, and in here I'm going to put a copper one. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now I'm going to take my garment pins, these, and I have some little charms, and I'm going to pop one on each of these. Now I never know which way I'm supposed to pop these on. I kind of fiddle around with them for a while until they're the right way round. So that's, there we go. So we've now got a little, see, it's on backwards. I knew that'd happen. Okay, no. Anyway, this is my one, so I will swap that around, but you can now paper clip this onto a journal. I'll just show you that the paper clip will actually go over that. If I can get a paper clip out. Oh, look at that one. That's a bit bent. So that would very easily paper clip to a page without any problem at all, because it is so flat. And then this one, there's my garment pin. I'm gonna, that goes. I have to figure this out so I can get this right, because I want this the right way up. So I think I want that, and then that. And it's probably still going to be back to front when I turn that around. Yeah, it is. Do you know, it doesn't matter which way round I put it, they always end up back to front. It takes me ages to figure this out. So I'm going to put it this way round. I'm going to put it backwards. Hopefully this time it will work. Now this one is obviously going to go into a nature journal, one of my nature journals, and it will slot onto the page like that, and then that can hang out of the side of the journal. But what I want to show you is a couple I made earlier, and of these ones I hung the boho beads, and I think they look awesome. I love those. And this one also doesn't have a paper clip, but that was on purpose. This one was accidental. So you could hang your boho beads off them, and you can still write with them. That's what I need to do. I need to just double check these ones actually work. A little scrap of paper. Yeah, they work. Cool. Like I said, you couldn't do a massive amount of writing with these, but you can absolutely tick off a shopping list, or make a shopping list, or just make a quick note if you're out and bump into a friend and swap your numbers because you haven't seen each other for a while. You know, you'd probably put it in your phone, wouldn't you? So that is my little tutorial for today. Thank you, Jessica, for the inspiration. This is something I've been meaning to make for a while, so just to check out the camera, made sure these actually work. Make sure the camera works. These work. These are brilliant. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully I will be back. If this video gets uploaded, then there is a chance I'll be doing another one today. If not, it will be tomorrow, but I'm sure I'm going to get it sorted. Thanks for watching, and hope you found it interesting. Take care, and I'll see you soon.